Good morning. It is 5:33. It is Tuesday morning. It is January 25th. Man, this month has flown by so quickly. I don't know where it all went. I kind of do. Actually, I have a running log of every day what happens to me, so I could go back and look at what's happened for the majority of this month. But it does feel like this month has gone by really, really quickly. We just got back from Dalat yesterday. After a little bit after lunchtime. Good flight, not as bad as the turbulent flight that I had going up to Dalat. And we got home, put everything away, rested up. I planned for some classes. I've got one more week of classes this week, and then I'll be off for 2 more weeks because of Chinese New Year, Tet holiday, or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be my week. So I got most of it planned out yesterday. I got a couple more things I got to do this morning. Lots of video tasks that I have to get done as well, because as I was gone, a lot of it didn't get done. Hello, little doggy. There's this dog. He's like a little prancer. This dog behind me. Kind of one of those good-looking dogs. Like, you imagine those ponies that have the thin ankles and they kind of just trot and they know they look good as they walk by you. Yeah, it's kind of like that dog right over there. Hasn't shown too much aggression, so it's always out and around. Oh, it's following me. You coming at me? Wouldn't that be funny if it started to show a lot of aggression right now? As I said, it doesn't show very much aggression. Anyway, I want to talk about something yesterday that happened. And it's one of those things that you don't realize in the moment how good it is, how great it is. And actually, I got a lot of things to talk about, even around the house. I'll talk about this another day. You don't really see what's different, but I can see what's different. You will see what's different because as I normally put my phone down and I back up a little bit, look how tall I am. But anyway, this is new. Yeah, I'll stand over here. Stand over here, stand out of frame. Oh, I don't like this now. This feels so tall, so high. Gotta figure out another place to put my phone now. I don't like it. See how tall I am? Yeah, anyway, well, what happened was the floor over here, they raised it up. So I'd normally stand right about here, but my head is almost out of frame already. You see that? So, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see, can I put it up? Can I lean it up over here? Nope, it's not gonna work. Can I put it like that? Got these lights coming in. Maybe. It's all about adjusting in life. It's all about adjustments. We just make adjustments here and there. Still don't like it. Anyway, so yesterday, a buddy of mine and I were sitting at the airport, and we just got off the taxi from my mother-in-law's house down to the airport, and he's a very die-hard Kansas City Chiefs fan. And we pull open the game, we get through security. He's got his laptop already propped open, opened up to the fourth quarter, actually the third quarter, a little bit of where he left off, because he's got NFL game day pass that allows you to stream the games afterwards, so that you get to kind of watch it still live. It's pre-recorded by the time he's watching it, because the game wasn't live because we had to jump in the taxi, and while you're in the taxi you don't have internet to watch the game. And I really don't like this angle right now. That's a little better. So we're sitting down, and by far it is one of the best NFL games I've ever seen in my life. And it's one of those things, like, I felt like I wished that I had, put on a little party for this event. It's one of those games that you wish you could have planned, invite a bunch of friends over, have some beers, have some snacks, have some food, barbecue, and things like that. But here we are sitting in an airport where just 30 feet away from the gate, waiting for our next flight, and we're watching it on this 15-inch screen laptop that's propped a seat in front of us because if he holds it on his lap, there's going to be glare. But because it's COVID-19 and people are sitting a little bit farther apart from each other, there's an empty seat right in front of us. So we're at the terminal. He's put his laptop down. We were both kind of hunched over watching this game. And it is one of the most roller coaster games of my lifetime. And I can only imagine because he is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And this is his team. And if they lose, they're going home. This is the end of the season for them. And so there's a lot on the line. And they're against the Buffalo Bills. And their quarterback is primed to be the next Tom Brady, which is the greatest of all time by NFL statistics. I'm assuming that there's never been anybody who's played for this longevity, this long, and been still able to output such great performances. I mean, the guy is 44. He's 44, and he just lost in the quarterfinals, the divisionals. He just got booted out like in the second round. And so there goes Tom Brady. But this Buffalo Bills quarterback, he's amazing. He's amazing, and everybody's saying that he is the next Tom Brady. And he looks like it. He really does, because it's about a minute left. They get a touchdown, and the Kansas City Chiefs, they've got their own superstar. His name is Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes throws to Tyreek Mills, passes it to his guy, catches it, and the guy's off. They score a touchdown, and now they're up. And then with a minute remaining, Buffalo Bills, they score another touchdown. And now they're up 3 points, and there's only 13 seconds on the clock. And if you could see it, my buddy, he's such a diehard fan. He sees that last touchdown that the Buffalo Bills had just made, and he's like, I'm done. I think he uses the word, Jesse, I can't take it. I can't take this. It's going to end me. I don't know if I'll be able to take it, or I don't know if it will be handle it. And like, he literally is dying inside. I mean, the amount of elation that we were at when the Buffalo Bills got that first touchdown, it was just like he was dead. He was absolutely, I can't handle it. And he was pressing fast forward, for a person who just like really loves to live in the game. It hurt him so much that he needed to press fast forward to get through the game. Like, I just can't take it. He had to press fast forward because the pain was so much that he just wants kind of Band-Aid affected, just get it over with. Let me just see the final score. Okay, we lose, fine, and then sulk in what happened, and pick it apart. So anyway, he starts fast forwarding, and then we see a couple plays, and then like, whoa, they're going to get another touchdown. So they get another touchdown. He's like, yeah! Both of us are just like, at the airport, mind you, we have to be quiet. We can't be like screaming and yelling and shouting like it's, Vietnam's football team, and we're all surrounded by people, Vietnam football lovers. No, we have to be quiet. So we're just like silently pumping our fists and, making a ruckus as silently as possible. And then the roller coaster comes right back down. He scores another touchdown, just like, I can't handle it. So he walks away. He goes to get some water. And I pause it, and 13 seconds left. Patrick Mahomes is back in position, and they get off 3 plays. Patrick Mahomes tosses it, advances the ball a little bit, get the ball down, passes it again to Kelsey, and then he walks up, he's calling timeout. So and they set up, and the kicker, I don't know how far it was, maybe like 49 yards. 49-yard kick, and it was boom, right through the 2 goal posts, and it was all good. And just like, we couldn't believe it. This is amazing, And thankfully, we got to the airport a little early. It's about an hour and a half before we sit down, so we've got some time to watch this game. And thankfully, we did, because we get to finish the game while watching it in the terminal with the computer on the seat in front of us. We're just elated, and I tell my wife, I says, hey. Couple times during this whole thing, can you just get some video of us reacting to this game, because it really is something you kind of want, a moment that you want to catch organically. And so my wife got a couple good videos of us when we're in elated state. So overtime starts and Brad's like, hey, they gotta win the coin toss, because if they don't win the coin toss, their quarterback is just that good. Whoever wins the coin toss is going to win the game. So do the coin toss, and boom, Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs, they get they get the ball first, and Patrick Mahomes, I think in 2 or 3 plays, marches it down the field, throws it into the end zone, and the game is done. Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. Kansas City Chiefs win that game to move on to the conference finals, AFC conference finals, coming up next week. But I didn't realize how good of a game it was until, like, he had said, like, that was the best game I've ever seen in my life. And for him to say that, and for me to think, like, man, if NFL games were this exciting all the time, I'd watch NFL all the time, because the amount of emotions that we went through, because we're invested into Kansas City Chiefs. The amount of emotions we went through was incredible. And just to see my buddy, he's all broken, He thought it was over. Everybody thought it was over. I mean, who thinks it's not over when you've got the opposing team scoring a touchdown with 13 seconds left in the game? Like, there's a slight chance, there's a slim chance, but the chance of that happening is very, 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 very slim. But in this case, it did happen, and they tied the game, and then eventually won the game. But it was funny because after the game, he has to reprocess everything and kind of like break it down, because it's all a blur. He says it's all a blur to him, and he's watching back the exact same plays that absolutely broke him into 1,000 pieces on the inside, and like he's just watching it with like invested excitement, like, oh yeah, that was a bad play. They should have tackled that quarterback. Oh man, they really missed that play, but man, but he's really watching it back with not much reaction to it, and the reason is because he knows the outcome. And I thought that's kind of interesting, how we may go through something where in the moment, and how we don't know how it's going to turn out. We really are 100% invested in it, and when we go through the highs and lows, we really, really feel it. We feel like we're on the top of the world, or we may feel like the world is ending. But for another person, a bystander looking in on the situation, maybe they already have that experience in life, and they can look at the situation as like, oh yeah, you're there, and you go through this problem, and they can kind of do like a replay of the plays that they can see us going through, and they can say, no, it'll be okay. Like, you just keep progressing. You're going to win the game. You're going to win the game eventually, but you just got to stick to it, have confidence in yourself, and you'll be all right. And, like a child falls on the ground, it scrapes his knee, maybe there's a little blood that's coming out. To an adult, to the child, like, that's the end of the world. I might as well cut off my leg. I'm never going to be walking again. I'm never ever going to be able to run with my friends and ride my bicycle again, because this massive cut on my knee is right there. But to an adult looking at the situation, we have a lot more experience. We look at the same situation, you're like, oh, it hurts. Go ahead, scream it out. It hurts. But at the end of the day, we know, because of experience, that it's going to be okay. The body's going to heal and the leg's going to heal, and it's going to be all right. And so it's just kind of funny to watch him watching the replay back and just being not as emotionally involved anymore, because he knows the outcome of it. And I thought that was a kind of a nice thought of how we can help others as well, to share that experience with them and help them to alleviate any fears along the way. That if you've gone through it already, then hey, share that with them and say, the 3 F's I always talk about: feel, felt, found. I know how you feel, because I felt the exact same way, and this is what I found that helps me to get through this process. Feel, felt, found. And I've always thought about that whenever you want to be empathetic towards other people. And it's kind of funny that it's him being almost empathetic to his old self while he's watching the replays. So sometimes watching the replays are good, and I guess maybe one day down the line I may need motivation from myself to kind of kick me in my own A And I have these videos that will help to say, hey Jesse, you've gone through that, you felt like that, so, and this is what you found that's been helping you to stay consistent and stay disciplined throughout the whole process. So anyway, that's a really long video. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you got any thoughts about the football game, please leave it down in the comments. But yeah, absolutely amazing. And then this morning I've been listening to, on my runs, I usually listen to like audiobooks and other things, State of Mind podcasts, other podcasts. But this morning all I was listening to was reviews and highlights of the game that was yesterday. So that was really, really on my mind. And my buddy also sent me a Twitter report from Stephen A. Smith and how his reaction was during the game, right when they hit halftime. Hit overtime. It was amazing. If you haven't been able to watch the game, go ahead. I'll put the link for the highlights in the description here. You can click on that. It's a 30-minute clip for 2 minutes of gameplay almost. Basically, it's amazing. It's amazing. You should check that out. All right, love you guys very much. Aloha. Take care, and I will see you guys again tomorrow.